Hello, 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 citizens of the Writers Corner podcast. This is your host, author Anthony Avina. Welcome to episode 52 of the Writers Corner podcast. This week, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be doing a character insight. This is where I discuss a character I've created. And we're going to be discussing the main protagonist of my book, Lexington and Fifth, which is my Wattpad project of the year. It is a year-long project in which I publish a new chapter every single week, and by the end of the year there will be 52 chapters. Lexington and Fifth is kind of like a horror revenge story with romance and thriller kind of stuff involved. It involves a prank gone horribly, horribly wrong. And our main character had to suffer a great loss due to this prank. And then years later, when she's put it all behind her, her former friends start dying one by one, and she realizes that for someone, what happened years earlier isn't over for them. So, our main character is Ella Garner, and I'm going to be discussing who she is in the book, why she's our protagonist, and why I love writing her character so much. So the book begins in 2008, and at that time she's a 20-year-old college student. By the time we get to the present day, she is 28. She's in 2016. She is working as a best-selling author. In college, when she was 20, her phone was taken and used by some of her so-called college friends to lure a guy she really liked onto a false date. When he gets there at the false date, he is humiliated for being this nerdy, kind of heavyset guy, and she rushes to try and stop it, but she's too late. And when he's humiliated, he kind of gets into this accident that takes his life, and she has to witness it, and it kind of molds her outlook on life and her personality, and it changes her a lot. After years and years of dealing with the grief and the heartbreak from that incident, she finds herself engaged and set to marry this young entrepreneur. And in 2016, it's around the holidays, it's Christmas time, and she learns that her former college friends are beginning to die. They're being murdered one by one, and she has to figure out why. What I really love about her character is both the fact that she is strong. She's an independent woman. She doesn't need someone to rescue her. She is going headfirst into this situation, and yet she's also vulnerable. She's emotional. She is a woman dealing with grief, with loss, a grief that is born out of, guilt, even though she didn't have any hand in it. She blames herself for being in this young man's life to the point where someone else in her life took advantage and manipulated him, and she feels guilty about that. She's also a woman who spent years trying to get over this horrific event and finally did so, only to have old wounds reopened when someone else affected by the tragedy decides they want revenge, they want justice, and they're going to take it out on everyone involved, including her. And the means by which this revenge is gotten involves a supernatural element, a mythological element, and it involves a kind of blast from her past. So she is a strong woman. She takes charge of situations and has no problem, no fear of getting involved. But she is also emotional. She's a human being, and like all human beings, she has faults and she has challenges, and I think it makes her a well-rounded character in it. I enjoy writing her to not be, thought of as the female lead, but just the lead. She is just a human being like any other male protagonist would be. And she is going to solve, or hopes to solve, this crime, whatever is happening to her old friends, before her and her fiance and her best friend are all put on the chopping block, so to speak. She's actually a really great character. I really enjoyed writing for, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the end of the book plays out. I have an outline going on, but it's like each week I write something I hadn't planned on writing, and it takes the book in a whole new direction. So I'm really excited to see where Ella ends up by the end of the book. I love dealing with the emotions and the heart of her character, but I also love dealing with her kick-ass personality and her creative, take charge attitude. So that is my protagonist in Lexington and Fifth. Lexington and Fifth is available now on Wattpad.com. By this point, I believe there's either been 33 or 34 chapters written, and there will be 52 total, so we're getting to the end of the book, guys. By the end of the book, I'm not sure if this is going to be a novella or a novel yet, but by the end of the year, I'll be able to start editing the book, and hopefully we'll have a full-fledged ebook and print book available by, hopefully, I want to say no later than summer of next year, but hopefully sooner than that. But you'll be able to read each chapter for free for a little while on Wattpad. And I might keep it up there, I'm not sure. But yeah, right now you can read all the chapters for free on Wattpad.com or on your Wattpad app. Just search for Lexington and Fifth or for my name, author Anthony Avina. So, thank you guys for listening this week. That was my character insight into Ella Garner from Lexington and Fifth, my 2016 Wattpad project. Thank you guys for listening. In the comments below, tell me what you think of this character. What other character insights would you like to do, either from my books or from another book? And, yeah. Thank you for listening in, for tuning in. Give this video a big thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a like, comment, favorite it, and share it with your friends and family. And if you liked what you read or what you heard, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me if you did. Check out all our social media links down below in the description box. And hit that eye in the sky for today's recommended videos, playlists, and more. If you're listening on SoundCloud or iTunes, thank you so much for tuning in. Please give us a subscribe. It'd be great if you enjoyed our podcast, if you could stick around and check out all our other podcasts. And if you whether you liked it or not, please leave a review. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see more of, what topics you'd like to discuss, all that fun stuff. Please leave it in the review section. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, guys. And we'll catch you next time for a brand new episode of the Writer's Corner podcast. This is your host, author Anthony Avina, signing out. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.